Top 10 things we are most excited to see in Grand Theft Auto 6, and this is ranked by you. We're going to go from 10 through to 1. Now for reference, this is based off the responses I got from our YouTube community tab, Twitter, X, and Instagram. But before we get straight into the video today, guys, if you are new to the channel, welcome on in. Please consider subscribing to Project Vice, like, and of course, turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upcoming GTA 6 upload. Also, if you haven't already, please consider joining up to my Discord server. The link is in the description below so you can interact with people in the server as well as myself. But anyways, guys, let's get straight into the video. Coming in number 10, Gore Physics. In Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar already showed us just how far they could push the Gore Physics and realism. Every bullet left an impact. Enemies reacted differently depending on where they were shot. This was the first true example of a Rockstar title where we really got a taste of dismemberment. Weapons such as shotguns and explosives could literally blow off limbs and heads. It really made the physics feel very heavy and brutal, but realistic and grounded at the same time. Not only this, but you would see blood spatter realistically, clothes tearing, even enemies stumbling or grabbing wounds before going down. So how could Rockstar implement gore and dismemberment in GTA 6, keeping it grounded within a Vice City and Leonidas setting? Considering we are in modern times within a Floridian fictional state of Leonida, the setting is bright, colorful, and chaotic. Rockstar would really need to strike a delicate balance between gore and dismemberment, combined with the realistic element Rockstar is striving for. One of the best ways to achieve this is to ensure that weapon-specific realism returns. Dismemberment shouldn't happen with every single weapon. A pistol or submachine gun shouldn't blow limbs off, but a shotgun at point-blank range, a high-caliber sniper rifle, or explosives could realistically cause that high level of damage. The second way would be to ensure that it is a rare occurrence and not constant. Shocking when it happens, but not so common it turns into a parody. That way it adds to immersion within the realistic setting of Vice City and Leonida, rather than overwhelming the Vice City vibe and tone. And I'll add to this by saying it would likely overwhelm the player if gore and dismemberment would happen on every occasion. It shouldn't dominate every gunfight. By making it rare, Rockstar keeps it immersive, but still gives players those shocking, gritty moments that feel cinematic and unforgettable. Another way to achieve this is with NPC and world reactions. Imagine crowds within the bustling city of Vice City reacting with horror if something gruesome would be occurring in the middle of a sunny Vice City street. And with the improvements that we have seen throughout the leaks with police AI and the witness police system, they might even respond harder to excessive violence, meaning it will ground gore in consequences and making it feel like part of the world, not just a spectacle. So to summarize, the way to best execute it would be to keep it rare but impactful so it feels immersive and shocking without turning the game into an over-the-top gore fest. So if Rockstar nails this balance, it could feel more intense and cinematic than any Grand Theft Auto prior. Coming in number 9, Realism and Graphics. Now I know we've all seen GTA 6 in action through the trailers and the screenshots. The detail was already mind-blowing. From the neon lights of Vice City on Ocean Drive, to the wildlife of the swamps in the grass rivers, as well as Mount Caligan National Park. From a realism and a graphical standpoint, Rockstar is clearly pushing the limits of this generation, making arguably the most visually stunning game to date. But here's the thing, as jaw-dropping as the trailers and screenshots look, we still haven't played it yet. Rockstar is still fine-tuning every detail, the way the crowds react, how lighting changes across the day-night cycle, how buildings and interiors feel alive when you step inside. It's these little touches of realism and attention to detail that separates Rockstar from every other game developer and separates Grand Theft Auto 6 from any other game on the market. And as great as Grand Theft Auto 5 was for its time back in 2013, it is obviously mostly a dated Grand Theft Auto title from a visual and graphical standpoint over a decade later. And with Red Dead Redemption 2 about 7 years after its release, at the time it set a whole new benchmark for realism and graphics, but we haven't seen a new modern Grand Theft Auto title on current gen consoles built from the ground up on a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S consoles. So to summarize, we haven't even had the main course yet. The trailers and screenshots are pretty much appetizers or an entree, some might say. So if Rockstar can bring the same level of immersion we saw in RDR2 with physics, NPC reactions, and a world detail, but apply it in a modern setting, this could easily set a whole new standard for open world realism. And once again, Rockstar will set a precedent and will revolutionize the gaming industry, producing yet again another masterpiece. Coming number 8, side activities and random things. Now this aspect is so underrated. It's one of the things in Grand Theft Auto games that make it feel more like a world than just a game. When you can step away from the main missions that are occurring through the story and still find fun things to do, whether it's participating in a street race in Los Santos near the airport or signing up to partake in a triathlon event, which is very fun, challenging, and well thought out by Rockstar, really Rockstar didn't just tack this on as a part of a side content within GTA 5. They really went all out with this. It's absolutely incredible. Rockstar went as far as to include a helicopter chopper up in the sky, Weasel News covering the event.
We've got Michael DeSanta in the lead. Michael DeSanta's gonna need a new bike if he keeps this up.
And how about other side activities that make Liberty City feel alive, such as a pool from GTA 4? And how about the Liberty City cage fighting in the Ballad of Gay Tony? How awesome was it to just fight off opponents one after the other during various rounds within this mode? And even the Split Sides Comedy Club in GTA 4 featuring various real-life guests that played a role in GTA 4, even if it was a small minor role, such as Ricky Gervais, a real-life comedian. And lastly, how about Strangers and Freaks, random NPC encounters throughout the worlds of Grand Theft Auto titles? It really does make it feel very dynamic with the unexpected stories, the humor and variety that you see throughout these wacky side characters. It's absolutely hilarious. Tying this back to Grand Theft Auto 6, it seems like with what we have seen thus far in regards to this aspect, that we are going to be seeing returning and new sports as well as other various side activities that we will be able to participate in, which is going to make Vice City and Leonardo feel truly alive and immersive more so than ever before. And it does look like that Rockstar is ensuring that there's going to be a lot of variety in relation to this aspect tied to the setting, whether it's doing some hunting in the swampy areas of the grass rivers or even in Mount Caliga National Park, all the way to Vice City with its beach and influencer-like culture with weightlifting and monkey bars. With all of this, it really makes it feel like there's a true and personal connection to the world, and it really makes it feel like you're actually living there. I mean, who doesn't want to make Jason super jacked or super overweight? That would be absolutely hilarious. So I guess the bottom line, and to summarize this point, by improving the side activities, sports, random encounters, and strangers and freaks, Rockstar can really make GTA 6 not only much more immersive, replayable is one of the key ones as well, and memorable than any GTA prior. The setting won't just be a backdrop, it will feel more alive and unpredictable than ever before. Coming in number 7, Enterable Buildings. Winding the clock back briefly to GTA 4, Rockstar really nailed this aspect quite a fair bit in relation to interiors and enterable buildings. Mazinet 9 from the Ballad of Gay Tony, Hercules, which was a gay club that was located in Algonquin, which gave the city personality, with Rockstar capturing the nightlife and clubbing culture of the late 2000s in New York City. Or how about the Grotti dealership, where you were able to go inside the interior and see the various vehicles that were on display. It's so awesome just walking around the showroom. It really felt like a real luxury dealership dropped right in the middle of Liberty City. It was this aspect that really severely lacked in GTA 5, where you weren't really able to go into many interiors. It was a clear significant downgrade from GTA 4, and a lot of players were left disappointed. The good thing is, with Grand Theft Auto 6, based off the leaks that we have seen, that Rockstar is looking to bring this back from GTA 4 and make it much more of a massive leap forward in interior focused immersion than ever before. Enterable shopping malls with skyscrapers and lifts, stadiums that we're able to go inside of, a vast range of buildings that we'll likely be able to go inside of and scale up the top. Imagine having working elevators in these buildings. It would make these interiors not just extra content, but an integral part of the gameplay, storytelling with Jason and Lucia, and the overall immersion from a free roam or even a gameplay mission perspective. Coming in number 6, strip clubs.
How big the asses are. That surprised me. There's some big asses in that trailer. I mean, a lot of them. It's almost every ass in that trailer were big, you know?
I thought you guys would like that. But yes, one of the most frequently visited places in a Grand Theft Auto history alone, and also in GTA 5, is the shoe store, the Vanilla Unicorn, otherwise known as a strip club, which is one of the things you guys are most excited to see make its grand return within Grand Theft Auto 6. I gotta say, Rockstar really nailed the visuals and atmosphere of this specific strip club. The neon lit, seedy but glamorous vibe inside. The club had multiple dance stages, a bar, private booths where you could actually get a lap dance, and a VIP area. The lighting, music, and NPCs all contribute to a fairly lively, immersive nightlife environment. Now, for those of you that don't know, you can head close to where the strippers are dancing on the stripper poles, lean on the rail, and make it rain by throwing cash. This small but iconic interactive element added a lot of flavor to the club. And back in 2013, this was something that was quite revolutionary for the time, because social media and that type of thing wasn't that big as it is now. But even back then, there were clips of making it rain becoming memes online, which became a part of GTA 5's cultural footprint. What made it even more interactive is after you get a lap dance, you can actually invite the stripper that you had the lap dance with back to your apartment. It wasn't just a cosmetic, it added a layer of roleplay and interaction beyond the club itself. As well as adding an element of player agency, it gave players a choice. You could enjoy the club and leave, or take things further. This reinforced the sandbox nature of the strip club itself. Its features like inviting strippers over to your apartment, which made the Vanilla Unicorn feel alive, interactive, and integrated into the larger open world. Before we tie this back into Grand Theft Auto 6, in GTA 4, there was actually 2 strip clubs rather than just solely the one strip club that we saw in GTA 5. Firstly, we had the Triangle Club located in Bohan, which was pretty much the strip club that most players visited. It had a flashier, more neon-lit atmosphere compared to the other strip club, which I'll get to in a moment. Also, a bigger interior with more dancers, poles, and a more polished look. Felt like a typical lively urban strip club. And the other strip club was located in Alderney, which was called Honkers. It had a more seedier, grittier tone. It was much more smaller, darker, and less polished. This was the strip club that less people went to in GTA 4. Almost felt like it was depressing compared to the very glamorous Triangle Club. Whilst not central to the story, it definitely contributed to the world building. It wasn't glamorous, but it felt authentic. Know this, but it's the only Grand Theft Auto title within the HD universe that had multiple strip clubs. From what I can understand, someone can correct me down in the comment section below, but San Andreas apparently had 3. Tying this back into Grand Theft Auto 6, we want to see multiple strip clubs this time around, like it was in 4 compared to 5. And it does seem like, based off what we have seen from Rockstar, it seems like there are going to be multiple strip clubs returning back from GTA 4. This is what we have seen throughout the screenshots and the trailers. And the first confirmed strip club is the Jack of Hearts strip club that is ran by supporting character Booby Ike. And we've seen the Jack of Hearts strip club in action in trailer 2 as well as trailer 1. And not only this, but there is another strip club that we do know about, that is the Delight Cabaret strip club located in Port Gilhorn. And we know this based off the screenshot you're seeing on screen at the moment. So far we got 2 new strip clubs that are coming to Grand Theft Auto 6, meaning that as it stands at the moment, it is confirmed that we are going to be seeing multiple strip clubs this time around coming back from Grand Theft Auto 4. How awesome is that? And the thing is, there might even be other strip clubs that we just don't know about at the moment that are yet to be revealed, but I guess we'll find out in due time. Coming in number 5, improved NPC behavior. Taking it back to Grand Theft Auto 5, NPC behavior was really one-dimensional. A lot of repetitive dialogue and reactions. NPCs had funny one-liners, but after a few hours, you'd start hearing the same lines over and over. And they're just really stupid, to be perfectly honest. I mean, you go up to some of them and they just start running away, scared for their lives. Even if you're not threatening them, it feels like majority of the time, they just end up running away. It makes interactions feel very artificial, as though the city is afraid of the player rather than alive and natural. And this had a significant impact on immersion because so many of the NPCs reacted in a lot of the same ways. It felt like Los Santos was more like a stage set rather than a living and breathing city. Especially when you're trying to explore, casually interact with the world, and it goes against you. It just kind of makes it feel like everything is quite static and one-dimensional. On the flip side of this, sometimes you would get some NPCs that would occasionally escalate into fights if provoked. These fights were fun for the most part and had a little bit of unpredictability to the streets, but the problem is that these were few and far between. The positive thing is that this was improved drastically upon in Red Dead Redemption 2. NPCs had dynamic schedules and daily routines where they had jobs to go to, homes to live in, and set routines to follow. They ate meals, slept, drank, socialized, and even traveled across towns. It definitely made the towns and cities feel more alive because NPCs weren't just standing around, they had a purpose and a schedule to follow. It definitely showed Rockstar's potential for NPC realism, people with routines, memories, and personalities, unlike GTA 5, where most NPCs just ran or yelled. Now, the awesome and groundbreaking thing is with GTA 6 in regards to this aspect is that Rockstar seems to be taking this a step further when it comes to NPC behavior. We're going to be seeing a significant leap forward in regards to how NPCs behave. And we know this because of Rockstar's parent company Take-Two Interactive that filed various AI patterns about a couple of years ago. And one went into detail describing that NPCs will have AI-generated responses, moods, and animations based on events, atmosphere, and other player or NPC moods and situations. One example being, if an NPC is in the rain, it can have randomized actions around the rain/weather. If an NPC is drunk, they will respond in various ways based on what the AI will randomly tell that NPC what to do. Not a built-in animation tree like we've seen in previous Rockstar installments. If you or another NPC are doing something crazy, the AI may tell the NPCs to start recording you on their phones. So adapting to real-time events, NPCs will adjust their behavior based on what's happening in the world world around them. Another example being if there's a police chase nearby, they might take a different route or react accordingly. Someone on Reddit summarized by saying they will basically act and feel a lot more individualized with an extensive variety on spontaneous actions, like as if they're all living their own lives. So this is pretty huge. These advancements mean that GTA 6's world will feel more alive and reactive than ever before. NPCs won't just be background characters static in the game's world, they'll be integral to the game's dynamic ecosystem and just overall in the game's world, whether you're free roaming, whether you're in a main mission, side mission, whatever it may be. When you're playing as Jason and Lucia, the world is going to react to you differently compared to how it was previously in GTA titles. So this is going to make everything feel way more immersive in Vice City and Leonida. Coming number 4, gunplay and combat. One of the biggest complaints for many in relation to GTA 5's gunplay was the fact that it felt for the most part quite repetitive and stiff. Especially on console, the heavy lock-on aim auto system made combat feel a bit robotic, and it was less about skill and more about snapping between targets. Switching weapons, reloading, and movement during combat felt very static and repetitive. You didn't feel the weight or individuality of each gun. For example, the assault rifle, submachine gun, light machine gun. It didn't really feel like each gun had its own personality. In relation to the movement and cover system, it kind of felt like when you're moving in and out of cover, it felt very clunky and sticky. It kind of felt like it was quite stiff, even when you were moving inside of buildings. So while GTA 5's gunplay was fun sometimes, it kind of felt like it was shallow, didn't really have too much depth. The lack of fluid animations and realistic enemy reactions meant gunfights often boiled down to snap aim, auto shoot, repeat. I really do feel like Rockstar dropped the ball on this one in relation to this area, but I do feel that they actually got it right the year prior, which I don't understand why they didn't implement it in GTA 5. And this was with Max Payne 3 that was released in 2012, often seen as Rockstar's peak when it comes to third-person shooting mechanics. I don't know what it is about this game, but I feel like a lot of people are of the same opinion that everything just felt so smooth and fluid in terms of the gunplay and combat. Everything was fantastic, transitioning from one room to the other. Even the weapons, in terms of the impact and the feel of them, every gun felt beefy. The sound design, recoil, and hit reactions made firefights more visceral. In terms of the enemies, they used cover effectively, flanked, and felt quite aggressive in their nature and approach. Everything definitely felt like it was much more of a challenge when trying to take them down. Combined with the cinematic gunplay, this made every single encounter as Max Payne as intense as possible. And in saying all this, tying this to Grand Theft Auto 6, if Rockstar can blend Max Payne 3's fluid gunplay with RDR2's realism, it could easily become Rockstar's best combat system ever. I think Moore's Critical, otherwise known as Charlie, put it best when he goes,
"If I was to have a wet dream come to life for GTA 6, and this is something I've talked about on stream before, I would love to see them actually use the third-person shooting mechanics that Rockstar developed for Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3, I think, is a masterpiece of a game, and the number one standout thing when it comes to its gameplay is its third-person shooting mechanics. It is so fluid, so smooth. It is the most dynamic third-person shooting experience I've ever had, and even today, 11 years later, I don't think there's a third-person shooter that comes close to what Max Payne 3 captured with its gunplay. I would love to see them take the Max Payne 3 gunplay and introduce it to GTA 6. I think that would be a perfect marriage. To have the gunplay mechanics that Max Payne 3 had in GTA would be mind-blowing. The possibilities would be legitimately unending. It's just been this treasure, this sacred treasure, a divine artifact locked away in a sarcophagus at Rockstar HQ, this Max Payne 3 gunplay. Just unleash it to the world, open Pandora's box, put it in GTA 6 in some capacity.
Charlie sure does have a way with words, but I gotta agree with him. If we do have Max Payne 3 gunplay within GTA 6 somehow built from the ground up, perhaps maybe taking inspiration from Max Payne 3, would be a great way to have peak third-person shooting mechanics into Grand Theft Auto 6. And as a result, it would truly feel like a true next-gen experience. Coming in number 3, the map. Based off the replies I saw from you guys, it seems like this is one of the most highly requested things you guys are most excited to see in GTA 6, and that is the scale of the map. Based off what Rockstar has provided thus far, we know that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be taking place in the fictional state of Florida, that being Leonida. And we also know some other things that Rockstar has provided in brief snippets of information that they have given to us, one of them being the fact that they said that the state of Leonida is going to be where GTA 6 is going to be taking place, home to the neon-soaked streets of Vice City and beyond, as well as saying after Trailer 2 dropped with the screenshots on the website saying to a few of the must-see destinations across the Sunshine State, meaning that the locations that Rockstar provided to us on the GTA 6 website a few months back are not all the locations that are going to be in GTA 6. And based off the September 22 leaked footage and files, it still seems like there are unofficial, unconfirmed locations that were included within those 90 leaked clips and files that have yet to be formally officially revealed. Not only this, but there are map secrets and subtle hints from Rockstar pointing to another state coming to GTA 6, like I've mentioned numerous times here on the channel, potentially seeing the state of Georgia, which is referred to in GTA 6 from what we know at the moment, Gloriana. Geographically, it makes sense, and I would say this is a very likely scenario. Another theory floating around is potentially seeing Orlando being part of the map based off a subtle hint Rockstar provided. As you can see with the TV in the background showcasing what appears to be the real-life Gatorland in Orlando. It seems like this could be the fictional theme park that we are going to be seeing potentially within GTA 6. I would say that this is a likely scenario coming into the game, seeing another city that we haven't seen formally revealed yet. And another screenshot points to this potentially becoming a reality. You can see here Cal in the foreground, and in the background you can see an alligator statue and a frog with a crown. Could this be the theme park in fictional Orlando? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Another location that has been hinted at is Cuba. Based off this screenshot Rockstar provided of Raul Batista, you can clearly see the Cuban flag on the front of this object. That would be absolutely awesome to see fictional Cuba within a Grand Theft Auto title. It would be absolutely awesome to see something like this. Perhaps it may only be tied to a mission or a cutscene and may not be a part of the overall map, but however, this would still be very exciting nonetheless. We also know that based off numerous reports and leaks, one specifically coming from Jason Schreier, the fact that Rockstar's plan is to update the game over time, adding new cities on a regular basis, meaning that the map is very likely to expand over a period of time, mostly probably referring to GTA 6 Online, but hopefully with a single player component as well. Just like Epic Games did with Fortnite, it seems like Rockstar is going to be taking that same formula, that same template, and implementing it within GTA 6. And we also know based off that Aaron Garber leak prior to Trailer 1, which claimed that the map is going to be twice the size of Los Santos. And based off the latest mapping project version devised by the mapping project team, it does seem like that this is going to be the case. So gone will be the days of seeing solely one city like we saw within Grand Theft Auto 5 with Los Santos. 10 plus years with one city definitely didn't serve players well, especially within online. So it's great to see that GTA 6 is going to be alive more than ever before, with Rockstar setting to deliver their most diverse and explorable world yet, with more interiors, more density, and even the potential for future expansions like I mentioned earlier. This is really set to be the most ambitious open world Rockstar has ever created. Coming in number 2, vehicle customization and driving physics. From GTA 4 to GTA 5 was a massive step up in terms of the evolution of vehicle customization with the introduction of Los Santos Customs. You could respray, upgrade your engines, wheels, and spoilers. Rockstar definitely gave us a taste of customization, sort of harping back to the days of San Andreas, where it was huge for its time. You could add spoilers, rims, exhaust, paint jobs, and even a hydraulic system. So whilst GTA 4 brought back the personalization GTA 4 lacked, and it felt huge at the time, however, even with all the options, it eventually felt all the same, with most cars, when they were maxed out, they look like the same from an aesthetic standpoint. Now, in relation to GTA 6, if Rockstar can take inspiration from the Need for Speed titles, which are often praised for having one of the deepest customization systems in racing titles, where they allow you to adjust every single part of the car, including your ride height, so your suspension tuning, bumpers, splitters, skirts, diffusers, and body kits. And how about performance tuning, where you're able to adjust so many things in relation to this aspect, whether it be upgrading from a stock air filter, as well as the sway bars, cooling systems, and the intake manifold. Not only this, how about fuel systems, so bigger injectors, better fuel pumps for more power, forced induction, so turbochargers, superchargers. How about electronics such as ECUs that controlled power delivery? And this game went even further with allowing you to upgrade your ignition system, so better combustion and more efficient power, as well as the ability to upgrade your engine block, so whether it be a stronger or a lighter block to handle higher horsepowers, camshafts, cylinder heads, exhaust manifolds, a full exhaust system, and a nitrous oxide system. Now, interestingly, with nitrous, it was featured within San Andreas, but it was last seen in the Ballad of Gay Tony, where you were able to partake in a triathlon event and nitrous was made available. Now, all of that you just heard, imagine that being implemented within Grand Theft Auto 6 with even deeper level of vehicle customization, taking inspiration from Need for Speed 2015. Rockstar have already dipped their toes into vehicle customization quite a fair bit with San Andreas. So if Rockstar can combine that kind of hardcore tuning, especially with their attention to detail that they are known for, GTA 6 could really deliver the most advanced vehicle customization we've ever seen before. From flashy visuals to performance builds that actually matter in street races, missions, as well as police chases, which is going to be a big focus in GTA 6 across Vice City and Leonida, then we are really in for something very special here. Now, moving on, let's talk about driving physics. One of the most crucial elements within any Grand Theft Auto title is the driving. And this is because, considering how majority of the time this is how you are going to be traversing through the game's world, this element needs to be the best it can be. Now, in terms of the HD universe Grand Theft Auto titles, we saw the introduction of the Euphoria physics engine, and in relation to cars, they felt quite heavy, weighty, and realistic. Now, for some people, the complaints out there was the fact that it was too realistic and kind of felt like you're handling a boat. Every turn had body roll, braking distance really mattered, and crashes were brutal. And in Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar went the opposite route: fast acceleration, sharper turning, and tighter controls. It definitely felt much more arcade-like and fun for a lot of people, but it definitely lost the gritty realism GTA 4 had. Crashes felt less impactful, cars bounced back too easily, and driving became much more forgiving. Now, with Grand Theft Auto 6, I'd say the best approach from Rockstar's perspective is to try and blend the two. Focus on balancing a realism and fun, keep the weight and realism of GTA 4, but mix in GTA 5's smoother handling. And I think it's probably time for Rockstar to introduce some type of dynamic handling by each vehicle type. So for example, muscle cars with heavy torque and wheel spin, sports cars with tight grip and cornering precision. And how about with off-road vehicles focusing on suspension bounce and a mud/dirt traction? And this would make everything so much more difficult and challenging, especially when trying to interact with the game's environment. For example, imagine you are in the grass rivers and you're hunting down an alligator. Utilizing a sports vehicle would make you sink and get stuck, but a lifted truck or off-road 4x4 could power through the mud and the water. This gives purpose to different vehicle types beyond just looks, with the challenge of navigating nature, adding tension. And imagine this coupled with a police chase where you're evading a police pursuit. This would most definitely make it much more realistic and definitely more immersive. This is how Rockstar should really be tying in the environment setting of Vice City and Leonida, whether you are traversing through the game's world by land, air, or sea. And how about the different weather conditions impacting our ability to handle our vehicles? Imagine extreme weather conditions such as a thunderstorm or even hurricanes, and potentially even cyclones that could become world-shaping events that impact everything, such as driving, flying, or even the various waterways in Leonida and Vice City. And how about the potential of even flash flooding occurring, seeing flooded streets which might force you to take various detours? Or how about roads blocked by fallen trees, power outages affecting the neon lit Vice City on Ocean Drive, for example? Now, for some people, this may seem like it's taking a little bit too far, but I would say that based off of what Rockstar has dropped in terms of strong hints, such as Hurricane Roxy within Trailer 2, to job listings for weather programs that GTA 6 may feature dynamic weather that impacts gameplay in real time. I will say that random hurricanes might be rare and may only be featured in cutscenes, but I'd expect rain, high winds, and potentially planet storms to shape how you drive, fly, and explore the map. And as a result, the weather would become a part of the driving experience, therefore impacting the driving physics. As a result, making every trip across Vice City and Leonida a real challenge. So to conclude this, if Rockstar can take the approach of blending the driving physics of GTA 4 and 5 and introducing the environment, how the weather conditions affect our driving physics, then this could be something that's going to be very revolutionary. And this will totally reshape how we think about driving physics and driving in general in games. Coming in number 1, the story. At the end of the day, if the story isn't good, none of the other features matter. You could have the best map, realistic driving, insane vehicle physics, but if the story doesn't grab you, the game falls flat. Now, GTA 6 needs to exceed expectations, not just in gameplay, but in narrative, characters we care about, missions that thrill, and a world that reacts to the choices we make. That's why the story is always number one. Now, the great thing is, in terms of story and everything that we've seen so far in relation to it, it really does look like Rockstar is nailing this aspect so far in relation to what we know about Lucia and Jason's story thus far. For the first time, we will be seeing a dual protagonist dynamic between the both of them, a Bonnie and Clyde-like duo which Rockstar has been inspired by. And it does seem like these two main protagonists are shaping up to be equally compelling compared to previous Grand Theft Auto protagonists. The contrast between them can drive narrative tension. Lucia, very street smart, adaptable, possibly tied to Vice City's neon nightlife and potentially criminal underworld. We already know a bit of a brief background about her upbringing in Liberty City, that her father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Themes that may be explored in relation to Lucia's arc may be loyalty, betrayal, and ambition. In terms of her personality traits, it seems like she's bringing style, attitude, and charisma, fitting perfectly within the Vice City setting. And as for Jason, it does seem like he has been presented as more grounded or ambitious, tied to Leonida's rural region, giving perspective outside the urban chaos. Based off what Rockstar has described, he has a military background which could influence his skills, combat style, and approach to missions. And we already know about his connection to Brian Hedder, letting him stay rent-free at one of his properties in the Leonida Keys. This could suggest he has ties to the local community and resources outside Vice City. I would not even be surprised if the early missions involving Brian and Jason is likely to include crime and drug smuggling, seeing that Jason appears to be working at Brian's boat works and marina. So how strongly tied is Jason with Brian in relation to how this story is going to play out and how this connects to Lucia is going to be very, very interesting. I would say that he gives players a more disciplined rural perspective from tactical heists to navigating the swamps and coastline, complementing Lucia's chaotic life perfectly. Lucia and Jason give us two very different sides of Grand Theft Auto 6's story. Lucia navigating Vice City's neon-lit chaos, and Jason handling the gritty rural world of Leonida. And based off how Rockstar has presented it, their stories cross paths, their choices affect each other, and this could literally shape their fate. Loyalty, love, trust, and betrayal, which are themes Rockstar have explored and presented to us throughout the trailers and their character bios. This will all be tested as their stories collide. One wrong move could lead to a tragedy, a close ally might betray them, a survival could come at a devastating cost. Rockstar's story really isn't just about chaos and heist, it's about the consequences of every decision and the emotional weight of living in a world where nothing comes free. This might go down as one of the best Rockstar stories they have ever told in the modern age, potentially even surpassing Red Dead Redemption 2's story with Arthur Morgan. If done right, it could set a new standard for storytelling in open world games, making players feel more connected to the characters and world than ever before. But anyways, guys, those were the top 10 things we are most excited to see in Grand Theft Auto 6, ranked from 10 through to 1. If you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, please do let me know down in the comments section below. And if you wanted to enjoy this video and found any informative value, please consider subscribing to the Project Vice YouTube channel, like, and of course, turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upcoming GTA 6 upload. Stay safe, have a great day, and I am out.